There's Sistina looking to go back to back. Almost out to $3 here at post time. Gates are back, they're off and racing. Aliana was last out and Via Sistina was second last out. And Robusto's ridden for speed. Is going to lead comfortably early from Lindemann, and Full Count Felicia settles third. A clear third, two for the back to War Eternal. Then came Arapaho down on the rails, partnered by Gringotts the other. Light Infantryman's a bit keen deeper out as Via Sistina improves along the rails on the inside of Diamond Diesel. Aliana and Chaya Wolf's going to settle back last of all, about 10 off the lead. So it's Robusto for Derby Racing. Derby looking for their second win in this race, out by 2 lengths. Lindemann in second, and Full Count Felicia didn't have a pop for the lead. Happy to be in a trailing position third. Then War Eternal from Arapaho. Gringotts and Light Infantryman Keen's going forward out off the track. Further back to Diamond Diesel. Via Sistina's back in the field. Chaya Wolf is going forward. Lost a length at that point, and Aliana's hugging the rails as they come up to the home turn. Robusto's coming wide. Lindemann right up the inside. Lindemann hard fence, Robusto in the middle of the track. Now Via Sistina's got the big gap, and here she comes. Down the outside is Gringotts, and further back to Arapaho making ground. Via Sistina raced up now. Hits the lead. Aliana's racing home well on the inside. Via Sistina in front from Aliana. Via's going to dig. Via neck in front. Aliana's driving, but Via Sistina goes back to back in the Winx Stakes. Won it by a neck to Aliana. Arapaho a cracking third. Then came Chaya Wolf. Further back to Gringotts, then War Eternal, Lindemann, Robusto, Diamond Diesel, and Light Infantryman was too keen in the run and finished last.
She's all class, and now she wins her 10th Group 1. Via Sistina, the horse of the year, is on her way to winning another one. She'll be announced very soon as the champ of the previous season. For a few strides there was almost a new queen on the block. Aliana, the Derby winner, pushed Via all the way to the line. Via Sistina beats Aliana, and the Sydney Cup winner, what a return. He's run 4th Arapaho in front of Chawolf.
Yeah, what a performance. A good, terrific ride by McDonald. He saved the ground. Who would have thought he'd be, you know, in front of horses like Chaya Wolf and Aliana in the run, and just got the dream run through. And it was all over, but you've got to give it to Aliana, the way she rallied late there. And they've tried the inside for the first time. Maybe it might have dried out a little bit there. They were, you know, in pretty close compared to the rest of the field. And he can pull a big run out, that Arapaho first up. And look at Chaya Wolf. He had far too much to do, and I think he gets too wide. So I want to be very forgiving for his performance. But an absolute champion, the winner, over multiple distances.
Yeah, she's an absolute superstar, Ronnie, and you've seen when the stablemate come to her at about the 100-metre mark there, I thought, oh, this could be getting tight here, but that's when the class just kicks in and she just strolled through the line. She's just a superstar.
Okay, she's about to come back. That is Group 1 win number 10. Chris Waller has now trained 181 Group 1 winners, 181. And as James McDonald comes back, he's chasing the all-time record of Damien Oliver for the most Group 1s in his career. He goes today to 120. 120 Group 1 wins for this champion jockey. And combined, I think Waller and McDonald now sit on something like 48 together. And they're chasing down a record that Ray Thomas rate during the week is held by TJ Smith and George Moore in the 50s. 126.02, 35.22. Via Sistina goes back to back in the Winx Stakes. 9.12.4, N2 for Yulong. A neck by 1.5. The champion mare returns. Via Sistina beating the stablemate Aliana, and Arapaho, the stayer, has run a mighty third. Here's Corey with James McDonald, the winning rider.
Congratulations, J-Mac. She had her doubters, but she proved them wrong.
Yep, it was a pleasant win, and nice for her to come back as good as she left off last time, and it worked out really well, I think.
And knowing that she's got good improvement in her.
Yeah, for sure. She just keeps, the deeper in her prep she goes, the better she'll go. So it's good signs ahead. She's returned in good order, great enthusiasm, and Gee, the second horse was great. And
That's what I was going to say. What were you thinking of Aliana kind of about the 100?
you know what? I could feel I could see the shadow, and I couldn't think what it would be. I was thinking, I've quickened up beautifully, and she gave me a hell of a fright, but she got to a margin where Via just, you know, win another furlong.
She's always going to hold.
I'd win it by a neck anyway, but geez, great effort by a young mare like that. But yeah, it was a pleasant race to ride in.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yes, as much as Via Sistina is the talking point, so much to talk about with Aliana running second. This is her first big dance today out of 3-year-old company, and she's mixed it with the best in Australia. Okay, so that's the Winx Stakes. We've still got one more feature to go. It's the Show County Race 9 coming up at 4:30. What do you say about her?
She's very good. She's won, the Winx Stakes. Yeah,
Back to back.
it is. Yeah, she's very good. I didn't get emotional with the last lot. You got me.
Well,
It's a big race to win, and
you came here with big doubts today, didn't you?
I did just for their safety. But full credit to the team. In fact, I didn't have doubt that we could run today. My doubt was, where are we after today for 2 weeks' time, 4 weeks' time? That's just a big... And I just want the curators, Michael Wood, he does a fantastic job, Navesh Ramdani, they've got an awesome team under them. And we went and walked the track before, and it's just, it's safe there. They've got a great track, but I want to help them in July and just try and relieve them so they've got a fresh ground to work with, because these horses are worth so much money. And the punters put so much into it week in, week out. They've got to have the best surface. They've got to have Via Sistina not just winning today. They need Via Sistina winning second up, third up, fourth up. And the horses behind her, they've got to come through the race. We've got to have all the best horses for as many times during the spring as we can.
And going home safe.
100%, yeah. So today's like a really tough grand final first up. So we've got to factor that in and give her an easy time for the next week or 10 days and then get her ready for her next one, because everyone will forget today in 3 weeks' time, and they'll say, well, Via Sistina just wins again, but it's just not that easy.
No, and only the special ones can do that. Now, if they're on a big assignment later in the spring, to get here first up and do what she does, like Winx did, she's doing it. It's a pretty big assignment.
Yeah, so we sort of factor it in. We start programming their races and trials and gallops when they spell, so that we're well prepared. So the last 3 weeks have been tricky, but we've always been in full control. We've never been on the back foot, although she's come back about 20 kilos heavier. She looks better. So it was great to see. And it'll be interesting to see what the form experts say. Like, she was always going to be vulnerable over 1400. Has she actually come back a little bit better?
I think James got a shock when that horse poked up on his inside, not knowing what it was at the time, Aliana.
It was a fox play moment.
Wasn't it? What a great return by her.
Yeah, awesome. And Star Thoroughbreds, they've got a great horse, and she's a star of the future, and she'll win a Winx Stakes in her own right one day.
But she's ready for the big time now, isn't she?
Yeah, she showed it in the autumn. She raced every start against the boys and put her best foot forward every time, and yeah, she's a warrior. She's ready to do something.
How's that chart looking, trying to keep them all separated and going every which way to look like a spaghetti junction?
It's a jigsaw puzzle at the moment with no pictures on.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.